what does Rishikesh mean to you?
I wanted to come here since I was 15 years old. Now I'm 41. I came the first time 2 years ago. I just feel very at home here. It's a place that, like you said, it's what do you say? Somehow conducive to giving time, space to recognize more. And actually, just I enjoy to be here. I just enjoy it. It's nice, very nice.
Will it end when you will go back?
Yeah, I have visa limitations, so that will expire end of March.
So you will leave Rishikesh.
I will leave the external Rishikesh. Yes.
The external may appear special and distinct at times. The real may appear in an external form. But the external has done its work only if it opens up the internal. And once it has opened up the internal, the external is no more qualified, extraordinary, or distinct. The thing with Rishikesh is that at one point it must call. That is the point of creation, the setting up of the world. At another point, it must keep you interested That is like the running of the world. And then finally, Rishikesh must dissolve. That is the point of dissolution of the universe. Calls it anyway. Rishikesh calls the whole world anyway. The dissolution rarely happens. There are a lot of people who come, but there are very few who reach. Coming is wonderful, but one must also reach. Reaching is dissolution. There was a point in time when one was called. There was a point in time when one felt great being here. And then this. What begins must gain completion. Nothing begins to remain begun. You would have heard of the way the Indians put it. Brahma, Vishnu, and then Shiva. Shiva is taken as the highest. The highest not because he creates, but because he dissolves. Shiva has no interest in creation. He prepares the ground for creation. How? By flattening everything that was ever created. Rishikesh is the city of Shiva. It is the city of ending. This Ganga, symbolically it rises from the forehead of Shiva. There are so many other cities for beginning, commencing. Come here to stop. Rishikesh must not become another beginning. We have so many beginnings, don't we? You meet a new book, it's a new beginning. A new woman, it's a new beginning. You watch a new movie, it's a new beginning. So many beginnings. Things must end somewhere. So no better place to end than Rishikesh. You have been through Brahma and Vishnu. Now it's your time to meet Shiva. Which is alright, because only after having gone through the various gods and goddesses do you ultimately come to Shiva. But Rishikesh remains meaningless, right? If you meet this, that, this god, that goddess, that Swami, that Guru, and you don't meet Shiva. Shiva is annihilation. It's a full stop. And every full stop is the ground for infinite universes.
Yes. Okay.
This Ganga is symbolically a representation not of flow but of stillness. It comes from nowhere. That's why they say it comes from. It only means it comes from stillness, from nowhere. Nowhere means ceasing, stopping. Shiva does not quite like too much of Brahma and Vishnu. Do you know a little bit of mythology? Have you heard of them? He treats them like infants. Myth has it that they sometimes come running to Shiva even to resolve their petty disputes. And then Shiva gives them a good bashing. All this business of beginning, coming, thinking, continuing, maintaining, existing. Shiva is alright with it till the time it is just a joke. The moment it becomes something serious, the moment it becomes somebody's occupation or preoccupation, then with one blink of the eye, which eye? The third one. Just one blink of the eye, Shiva says, enough of it, heck, go away. What Rishikesh? I am Rishikesh. Rishikesh means nothing. Nothing means Rishikesh. That's why I asked you, what is Rishikesh for you? If Rishikesh is anything for you, then you are keeping Shiva in abeyance. Then you are keeping Shiva waiting. Rishikesh must become nothing. When Rishikesh will be gone, then Shiva will be there. It's good that one comes. But so few people reach. They don't reach because they don't go away. So they keep coming. Reaching happens when you go away.
As few cities like Varanasi, which apply the same to those places that Shabdyoga.
Exactly the same. You see, distinctions are a burden on the mind. If A is different from B, then one has to remember both A and B. It is wonderful when A to Z are all one. Then you can just remember A and forget everything else. And if A to Z all are nothing, then it is an even bigger relief. You need not remember anything. The mind is totally free. So one mark of spirituality is to not to create distinctions, not to have anything extraordinary. You know, this place you are sitting, it is designed to be extraordinary. What do you think? This is an ordinary table. No, it is not. What do you think? This is an ordinary light. Or this music. Do you think it is ordinary? None of it is ordinary. The Ganga was ordinary as long as it was natural. Now it is social. The Ganga that you are watching here, standing on top of it, is not Shiva's Ganga. It is society's Ganga. All of this is carefully designed to be spiritual. And spirituality does not come by design. This bulb is carefully designed. So is this table. Down there in the cafe, there was one woman who was so, wistfully looking at the Ganga, staring out from the window. And they were playing the sound of the flute, probably Krishna's flute. Maybe that is the implication. Now the woman is carrying an intensely spiritual expression on her face, looking at the Ganga. She is staring as if she is beholding God the Father himself. Would she have stared or looked the same way had she not had the knowledge that this is Ganga? It is just the knowledge, the information that this is a particular holy river that is bringing that expression on her face. That she probably has some guru who will tell her that you just experienced Ananda. You just got a glimpse of moksha. That's rubbish. So fake, so artificial. Life is as natural as a dog, a horse, a snake, or a rabbit. We even have designed wonderment. So you can sit by the Ganga in the nights and look at her with great cultivated wonderment and convince yourself that you are getting a feel of the divine. Yes. And when you narrate that experience next day, in some spiritual setting where others too are listening, then you get credit for that. He experienced it. Or you missed out. Today you must also try out. It would be a pity to return empty-handed from India. You must get some kind of divine experience. And so all the preparations have been made for the divine experience. Can you see? All these shops that are selling beads and kurtas and stuff. Even the names of the cafe. Well, there was one that said what? Buddha Momos, Little Buddha Cafe. Even the names are divine, holy. Nirvana Cottage. Now how can you miss out on enlightenment? You bloody have to be enlightenment. Have to have enlightenment. You would be forced to be enlightened. The smell of incense, it is pollution. It is making the air heavy. But if your mind is conditioned to think of something as holy, then you will say, oh, the air is aromatic. It is not aromatic, it is polluted. Incense pollutes the air. And if you breathe a lot of it, then your lungs will rebel.
Perhaps we can say that, like ordinary, like worldly life, worldly ambition is like heroin, and so-called spiritual life is like methadone.
all go to just one place, dopamine. The aim of all this biologically is just to activate that. And then you start feeling a little light and high. It is just that it is morally indefensible when it comes from drugs, and it is morally very acceptable when it comes from the gods. Hmm? All of this is just a contrast to our urban lives. That is why initially it appears attractive. Yes, it does attract. I too experience that attraction. But that attraction is because it is a change from our regular patterns. But as we said in today's talk, in the change of patterns, the demand to be still in patterns is continued. It's like a picnic, a holy picnic.
If I may argue, it could be a picnic for many people, but for example, a person like me, I get to meet other people who are burning. So I also start burning in the process. For example, if I'm wet, I'm still not ready to catch fire. So when I come in presence of people who are burning, it reflects on me. That's one of the main reasons. Like last year I came to Rishikesh, I decided I will not come this year. But something brought me here. I went to Tiruvannamalai a couple of times. That's my birthplace, in the sense that's my parental place. I've never been there in 50 years. But last year something took me there and I went 2-3 times, without any plan. This time also, suddenly before coming to Rishikesh, I had to go to Tiruvannamalai for some other reason. So I could visit the ashram and Arunachal. I could do a pradakshina there. So Rishikesh also, you come and meet people who really make an impact on you in various ways. So there are some who are very, I would say, very quick to catch all these things. People like me who've been so conditioned over years. It has been I won't say struggle, it has happened automatically, but the struggle was there. Mind was always wanting to take control. And it is only through a process of, let's say, 2-3 years that many things have gone, but still it is not gone. So the thing is, when you come to these places, you get to meet. For example, if I were not in Rishikesh, I would not have met you. I have read your blogs. I have, one of my mentees is probably a follower of yours. So he had written to me and said, "Sir, ye padhiye, dekhiye." So I've been following your blogs and other things. But, it so happened that, in Rishikesh, I got to meet you. It is just by grace. So I had not planned to meet you, or when I come to Delhi, I never made this effort of, reaching out to you. But it happened. So I think it is something which has got a divine plan, because of which I am here and I got this opportunity to meet you. So I look at it like that, and all these other people probably have the same type of, many of them do have the same type of a feeling.
See, you look at little kids watching TV. What is happening to them? They are being impacted, influenced. You watch youngsters chasing role models. What is happening to them? They are being impacted. Are we not already sufficiently impacted. To be impacted is to be influenced, to be conditioned. Are we not sufficiently impacted already that we want more impacts? Would it not be more important to see that I am already so full of impacts, imprints, influences, soiling, dirtying? That is one thing. Second thing is, you said a wet man may come close to someone who is burning, and that rubs off some of the fire on him as well. Let's say nobody is here, but there is a general news that something burns here. So who is the first man who would come here? Let's say nobody is here, the city is vacant. But there is a belief, a widespread belief, that something is burning here. Who would be the first man who would come here? Who is wet? Who is the next man who would come here? Who is again? Ultimately, the city will be all full of wet people. Now, who is burning? All those who are coming here are coming in expectation of the one who is burning. But who is burning? Who is burning? Ultimately, it is just a huge crowd of all wet people expecting that there must be surely someone who is burning. But have you ever tried to figure out whether there is actually someone who is burning? Whether there is actually someone who is burning, and actually means actually.
Yes, I do get to meet people who are, realized, and
How do you figure out that somebody is realized?
There is no way of figuring out,
but you must have, because you are saying you feel just as you feel that this is sweet. You feel just as you feel that a movie is obscene or wonderful. You feel just as you feel that it is time to marry or the time to set up a new business.
It is something beyond that. It is something which, which actually comes from your heart. When you look at a person, you can feel that.
So if you do
so
not,
it may be wrong.
No, wait. So your feeling is dependent on your looking.
On my being with that person.
Yeah. So how do you be with somebody?
It could be totally in silence. It could be that person is there somewhere. It could just be this.
If the person is there somewhere, then traveling is unnecessary.
No, I'm not talking about. See, I'm not talking about very distant. It's about, for example, knowing a person. For example, I came to Rishikesh. I met another person. He's a Swami, and he's very well read in.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Yeah. Those who come here in search of holy people, who are the holy people that they meet? They meet those holy people who have already been declared by the society as holy. Do you come to Rishikesh and meet a holy man in a rickshaw puller?
Yes, I've met people like that also.
And is that rickshaw puller not hailing from Barabanki or Patna? Why couldn't you meet him there? When we meet holy men, these are the holy men who have already been crowned as holy, so we have been conditioned to accept them as holy. Is holiness a matter of human certification?
No, is it not a matter of faith that
but find out. Look at the facts of this so-called faith.
No, it is coming from within.
It may be coming from within, but I'm again asking you. All the people who are coming here, where do you find them going? Where are they flocking to?
See, most people, what I have seen, most people come here for different pursuits. There are some people who are pursuing yoga. There are some people who are pursuing meditation. There are some people who are pursuing spirituality in a different way, various paths. So there are so many paths, and people from all
Yes, yes.
the world market come here.
Yes.
It's like a marketplace
Yes, yes.
for various paths
Yes.
to spirituality or to
Yes.
salvation.
Yes.
So
So they already know what they're coming here for.
they are coming here because they've been told that you go there, you do this,
And this particular shop.
this particular shop,
And that particular Swami.
this particular Guruji,
That
or
particular
this particular
Guruji, right?
master, yes.
So it is a ready-made holiness.
Yes.
It is a preordained divinity.
Yes.
Just as you have been told that that particular politician is wonderful. Or just as you have been told that the religion that one is born in is the best religion, or that just as one is told that one's country is the most wonderful country. Told by someone else.
Yes. So that's the initial portion. So they come here and they have an experience of.
So if I already have been told, then what will be the quality of my experience? Won't it be a biased experience already?
No, not necessarily. Many people here, are typically coming with very conditioned minds who would evaluate from their
If
minds.
they have their conditioned minds, why would they come here? They come here because deep within there is an expectation to find something here.
Yes.
And when there is an expectation to find something, you will find that, whether or not it exists. When you are already convinced that something is here, then you will find it.
So many Westerners come with no expectation. They
No,
just want an experience.
if they have no expectations, then they won't come.
No, they just want an experience.
No,
not
sir.
experience.
Go again into what you are saying. What kind of experience do they want? Do they
Just to be here, just
a holy experience?
A holy
A holy.
place, yeah, just
Wait. Stay with me. Don't run. So if I am expecting a holy experience, I will get a holy experience. They get it.
yes, they get it.
What is this expectation?
No. What I'm saying is that does not transform them. They just go back with an
course.
experience. I'm talking about people who get transformed.
Yes. No. To get transformed, you cannot walk on a path laid out by you.
No. I'm not saying that they are walking on a path.
By coming here, they are already walking on a path.
Yes, that is to experience this place. As a
I'm
so-called
again
holy
asking
place.
you. So they want to have a holy experience here. They are not coming here for a political experience. So when you say I'm coming here for a holy experience, you will get a holy experience. Even the ordinary bird will appear holy to you. If you are told that a particular land is the land of fairies, then even the ordinary girl there will look like a fairy to you. That's the same thing here. You have been told that people are burning here. So even the most wet of men will look as burning to you. In the real world, they are the most ordinary of people, even lower than ordinary, even more conditioned than you. But just because they are sitting on high pedestals and sitting in a so-called holy city, you start venerating them. You take them out to your own place. You take away their thrones from them. And what are they? What are they? But they have been kept afloat and kept lofted by people who come here hoping to have a holy experience. So they serve as the fulfillers of that hope.
No, I don't know about other people, but some of the people I've met, they're really, what should I say? They're absolutely, you can see in their eyes totally nothingness.
You are wonderful, but what I'm asking you is, why didn't you meet them in Calcutta?
They didn't come to Calcutta.
What do you think? Divinity is concentrated in a particular geography?
No, I'm not saying that.
Then why didn't you meet them in Calcutta?
I don't have an answer for this.
No, you must have an answer, because it's a very important question. If you have the eye to see them, you will see them in Calcutta. And if you don't have the eye to see them, how are you seeing them in Rishikesh? It only means that you are just projecting and imagining. There is no greatness as such.
Yes, it could be so. It could be so.
Yes. So, essentially, to be blunt, what I'm saying is that we are wasting our time here. And if we are not wasting our time, then there is enough of divinity in Scotland or Calcutta also. The grass is equally green there. The water is Ganga there as well.
Yes, absolutely. But there are certain, when you think you are sort of flowing with your own control. At that time, you tend to do many things, and you hit roadblocks, or you reach a situation which takes you to a different place, and then you are absolutely free. Right? So it is not that by choice somebody is, by choice in the sense, it is their choice that they will come and have this experience. It is everything that they have decided. In the process, something happens to some people. I'm not saying to all people. Some people it happens, and they feel that is grace.
And then that grace must not be linked to their choice. Then that grace is happening irrespective of their choice, right? And it could have happened anywhere.
Yes.
You could have met me anywhere.
Yes. No, yes. So this thing that I met you today with no plan, right? I didn't even expect to meet you today. It has happened on its own.
Yes, on its own. But then don't link it to Rishikesh.
No. I'm not saying Rishikesh. What I'm saying is
Grace.
yes.
Grace.
Yes.
Grace.
So that,
Unreasonable grace. Without cause. Without cause. Without cause. It could have happened even without Rishikesh. Don't link it to this place.
no, it could have is a different thing. I'm talking about the reality.
What
The
I'm
reality
saying
has
is,
happened.
it happened here.
Yes.
But you are missing out all that which is waiting to happen elsewhere.
That I don't know.
You must know. That is so important. Because there is a world waiting to open up in Calcutta for you. Calcutta is so holy.
Yes, absolutely.
Why are you missing out on the holiness?
I'm not.
Then what are you doing here?
No. This is what I'm saying. I have come here for a purpose, which I did not design. It came on its own, and then my heart told me I have to be in Rishikesh. So I came to Rishikesh.
So if one comes for general travel, just as one goes to any other city, then it is all right and it's wonderful. One visits Lucknow, one visits Delhi, one visits Jaipur. Similarly, one visits Rishikesh.
And this is a very nice place. Rishikesh,
Yeah,
the
fine.
mountain, the
Yes,
river,
yes.
the environment.
Yes,
For
yes.
us who live in cities, it's a beautiful
Yes,
place.
no doubt, no
So
doubt.
every day I do a 25-kilometer walk, and I love the nature. I just go around, and it's so beautiful.
Yes. How does a sparrow come to Rishikesh? Just as the sparrow visits Haldwani or Nainital or Dehradun. So visit Rishikesh like a sparrow, not like a spiritual seeker. Is that not so? The sparrow does not avoid Rishikesh, but it also does not think that it will find something special here. Nothing special is there. Only God is special.
See, everything is inside. So
Not inside us. No.
inside.
Not inside the body. No, not in the body. Don't. If you're pointing towards this direction, then you're pointing to the body. Inside the body, there is only flesh. Inside means something else. Inside does not mean inside the body. Inside also does not mean inside the brain. Those who talked of the inside, they meant something else. But look at the way we say inside, as if here, somewhere, there. The special music, mystical.
Can I share an experience which illustrates your point?
Yes.
Once I was in Scotland many years ago, and I just started a new job in the call center. In India, so many call centers. Just customer service for satellite TV. And we were training. We were in a small group with the trainer, and it was just everyday people. Some guy who got his business failed, so he was doing this job. Different types of people, ordinary people. And on the first day, for some reason, I was in a very, you can say, judging frame of mind. And I was thinking, this trainer, I could do a better job. Just spending most of the time gossiping. And actually, we did spend a lot of the time gossiping. And these people were talking about their boyfriend, their pets, their TV, soap opera. And I was thinking, very stupid. And then, for some For an inexplicable reason, the next day I suddenly felt like a deep. I felt my own arrogance and not judgingness, and that there was a spontaneous remorse and some emotional release somehow. And then there was another space, another, how to say, way of experiencing, way of being. And this same group of people, I started to experience like as literally as
Angels.
huh?
Angels.
Angels in a way, yeah. And these same things, this soap opera, this boyfriend, this dead animals, with such profound wisdom.
Holy stories.
It was
But what do you think? This second part, the transformed vision, is it any more real than that which you called as arrogant way of looking? Do you think this second one is more real than the first one?
it was a different.
It is different, no doubt it is different. But is it more real than the first one?
That's a profound question.
We have to answer that. It appears nice, but is it more real than the first? You know, that is the basic law of duality. You have an experience that you call as an experience of arrogance. Then you have another one which you call as an experience of humility. You must ask whether the second one appears nice and better. I have no dispute with that. But is the second one any closer to truth than the first one? The second one is Rishikesh. The first one was Scotland. Is the second one any more real than the first one?
Ultimately not.
That's Shiva. That's Shiva talking. That's Shiva. That's the full stop. Now stay there. Don't move.
And yet, there is Shakti,
There is Shiva.
and she expresses.
So we can dance. The music is nice. Very nice, in spite of not being real. Shakti is wonderful only as long as she is emanating from Shiva. Only with Shiva as the center does Shakti have life. Otherwise, there is no Shakti. Shiva manifested is Shakti. So what do? Do you dance here, Rishikesh, sometimes?
Dance.
No.
Sometimes in my room.
Why would you? Because it's not fashionable. And sir, आप नाचते हैं? क्यों? क्योंकि वो धार्मिक नहीं है। जब तक अंदर से नहीं आता तब तक आप रोकोगे तो अंदर से क्या आएगा? डकार आएगी और कुछ नहीं आएगा। वैसे ही डकार जैसे कुछ आने से ही होगा, अदरवाइज खुद से कुछ नहीं होता है। Shiva dances beautifully. Huh? They say he is the
Ultimate dancer.
ultimate dancer. He dances like mad, crazy. And it's such a wonderful thing. Shiva, in all his majestic stillness, is dancing. Dancing. He's the king of dancers. Nataraj. Mightiest dancer. Nat has two meanings. Nat means dancer. Nat means the one who is an expert in skills, and nut also has a connotation of the one who does something unbelievable, almost deceptive. Nut. And he is the king of all nuts. N-U-T-S. Are you nut enough? Shiva is Nataraj. That's one basic thing that we all say. In Advait, you can be there only if you are a nut.
In my country, if you call someone a nut, it means they're crazy. Nutty, nut.
We mean exactly the same and we take it with pride. In fact, his name is Anshu the Nutty. We call him Anshu Goli.
We say a nutcase.
Yeah, nutcase.
Why is Shiva depicted smoking ganja?
He's a nut. What else do nuts do? This is more like Shiva, This is much more like Shiva. Light, in company of animals. Some snake, some bull, other miscellaneous things coming from here and there.
Ghosts.
Some ghosts and beautiful women who are coming to him even though he is half naked and wearing ashes. Not taking a bath in the Ganga. The Ganga sprouts from him. The Shiva never goes to take a dip in the Ganga. He is the origin of all Gangas. The moon here. Sexy, is he not?
Tonight is full moon.
Full moon. Nice night to meet Shiva and dance. Dance without any inhibitions. Where there is Shiva, there is freedom. Then there is no planning there. Shiva does not live a designed life, does he? Do you think anything about Shiva is ready-made, man-made, fabricated, cultivated? Anything? That's what Shiva is.
What is the meaning of Prashant?
Peace. Shant means peaceful. Prashant means even more peaceful. Which means not quite peaceful. Quite.
And when I was in Gujarat, I stayed in one ashram, and there was a samadhi there of one crazy madman, Shabdyoga. And some recordings of his sayings were there, and someone asked Swamiji, how we find Shanti? He said, forget Shanti, first Kranti, then Shanti.
No, he is here. I don't know how and why he said it, but what he said was wonderful. It is just that the Kranti, the rebellion that we need, will not be an active Kranti because we are already too active. It would be a Kranti in which we shun our activity. See, Shiva, you are sitting anywhere. He is saying today is full moon. I said, why can't we dance? Huh? Nuts and nutties. In the Hindi language, you suffix the sound of E usually for something female. So if nut depicts a male, then the females have to be called nutties. That doesn't mean small nuts or smaller nuts. That only means female nuts. A child simply splashing water in his bathtub is to me more of a spiritual icon than any accomplished guru. He has more of the untouched play of Shiva in him. Whatever I have learned only by looking at kids and insects and cocks. Have you watched cocks?
I've seen talks, yeah.
But you haven't taken them as gurus.
Not so full.
You have missed out. I have one named Jitu. He teaches so much.
Yes?
He teaches so much. He teaches much more than any Swami. Seriously. I have not been privileged to have a human being as teacher. I've never had one human being as teacher. So I've been forced to learn from dogs and rabbits and roosters and
Dr. Prayer?
he is a wonderful teacher. I've learned from him as well.